as we get ready for heat number 1. The green light's about to come on. Car number 60 heads them away and already 3 wide. That'd be one of the car stairs. And car number 90, sorry, Steve Thomas, that is in 98, who went very nicely wide out of turn number 1, but is back in 3rd at the moment. Our race leader is Ned Sparks in car number 60 as they come out of turn 4 with 1 lap down and still 7 to go. Sparks out in front, back then in 49, Carstairs, Thomas in 98, then Dave Carstairs in 71, and the next one through 44, John Ing, still sorting themselves out. A big move from the outside. Jeff Davis coming round the field nicely now in car number 3. There's our race leader through yet again, Ned Sparks. Back then to 49, Glenn Carstairs. Then Steve Thomas for 3rd. 44 going nicely, John Ing, and so is Jeff Davis.
John Ing's the boy to watch as they go out of turn 2 up the back straight now. I think he'll be good. Oh, Davis! The car took right off.
Yes,
something
indeed.
went wrong with the steering. He came out of the corner quite well, and the car took off on a right-hander. All by itself, something obviously failed.
About to get the green flag, and we're away with the restart. As they make their way up into turn 1, Ned Sparks it is who heads them through. Watch for a move here from John Ing in car 44. He slots into 3rd spot as they make their way down the back straight. But I think this one is a race for 2nd and 3rd because our leader is doing it very nicely. Ned Sparks, the all-black car number 60, heads down the main straight. Another lap put together. Steve Thomas still in 2nd. John Ing for 3rd. Back then to Dave Carstairs in 4th spot. And Trevor Cox would be in around 5th at the moment as they head out of turn number 2 and back down the back chute. Here's our leader though in the main straight, leading the merry dance.
No wonder he's called Sparks, mate. He's on fire tonight. There's no doubt about that. Ing's the boy to watch as they come into pub corner. A beautiful underneath pass, got his opposition off the curb. Right in behind him at the moment to be Dave Carstairs, I think, but he's dropped off the pace a wee bit and still a furious race on for the Miners. But up front, put your glasses away. Ned Sparks has got it firing. Ing through to 2nd. In behind them, Steve Thomas in 98. A bit further back then to Mobile 1, number 71, Dave Carstairs. One in trouble is... Oh, missed him. You wouldn't believe it. Wamsley, that's his name is. I think his name's Wamsley in 21. He run into a right-hand rear flat, went straight across the mob. Heart attack stuff, Jason.
You can see that coming a mile off. That was luckily averted by our race leader who's coming through yet again. Car 60, Ned Sparks, another lap put together. Only a couple left in this one. He's starting to round up the back markers. John Ing in 44 is in 2nd. Steve Thomas for 3rd. And that's about it.
He's rounded up Rysam anyway and got him with his gear back on the rack, so John Ing can't do much about it. This car 60 is very, very quick indeed, and he's driving it superbly. Now we've got John Ing has taken over from Ken Rysam, so he's lapped back into 3rd, Steve Thomas, and the others would be almost timed on a sundial. The leader's going at the moment. Ned Sparks looking for the run to round up another car number 16. But Trevor Cox never got in his way, and so the checkered flag hung out to a very, very talented and fancy drive put in there by Ned Sparks, car number 60, to hold them at bay. Second, I think, would have been John Ing. I'll
44,
just check this.
Yep.
Second was John Ing. 3rd, Steve Thomas. 4th across the line, car number 71, Dave Carstairs.
Next Saturday night at Bunbury City Regional Raceway.
Watch out for Roy Carter. He'll try and drive away. Didn't get away with it. Les Davidson took him on right round the outside. Roy the Boy Carter underneath him. Davidson got a power down and he's flying at the moment. They're coming out of the woodwork. I'm waiting now to see the all-red colours of Les Dimension.
It's on the
current
infield.
title holder overhooked it a wee bit though, but he'll rejoin. Now right up there at the moment. Car number 27. This thing's flying. Rocker Zemanek has got him done like a dinner. He's running right away with this one. So Roy the Boy Carter didn't get the good start he was looking for. Les Dimension still sorting out a totally rebuilt car. Less Dimension down behind the ambulance there somewhere, and so the car's in a bit of bother. But Rocker Zemanek, put your glasses away. He's got this one shot to bits, Drifter.
It certainly has. Now, Rocker Zemanek, of course, is former open sprint car driver, former 360 driver. And we got two cars tangled up there out of turn number, and he wants to keep on going on with car number 17. And then, of course, is Wayne Armstrong.
The other one, John Hatton, car 31.
Yep, so the yellow lights will come on. Mark that down for the USA Sprint Car, WA Sprint Car Speedway.
Les Davidson driving the race of his life up in the second spot. Something went wrong. We got orange lights. What have we got? No, Les Davidson, his engine went like my microphone. It went dead for a moment. But he switched his on as well. So now Rocker Zemanek, then Les Davidson, back in behind them in car clickety-click. Oh, we got Roy the Boy Carter. And that thing's starting to perform now. Look out, Les Davidson. Roy the Boy's out after. He's got it wound up this time. So that's one of the Riveronians has got up into the first three. But Rocker Zemanek, it's a rocket, there's no doubt about that. Roy Carter, then Les Davidson got that thing flying. A bit further back behind them, Wayne Armstrong, and that's the first four anyway. Here's the race leader, Zemanek. Further they go, the further he goes in front. As far as he's concerned, it's not a game, it's a shame.
Yes, the former West Australian champion of limited sprint cars, now half a lap in front of Roy Carter in second, Les Davidson still in third, and then Wayne Armstrong in fourth. Or the action is just for second and third. Can Davidson catch Roy Carter? Well, there's the race leader through, former West Australian champion, doing as he pleases in this one. A couple of the top stars out of it, including the West Australian champion in Les Dimension and also Gavin Davis. But there's the white flag now on display. One circulation at Bunbury City and Regional Raceway to go for Rocker Zemanek. He's got it absolutely shot to bits. Second and third, though, is still up for grabs. Here comes Roy Carter and Les Davidson. They're fighting it out for the minors.
Well, there's no doubt about it. They're making a great race out of it. Forget about Rocker Zemanek. He's home and hosed there. He's got the flag already. But the two people who have made this a great campaign right throughout have been Les Davidson in hot pursuit of Roy the Boy Carter, running for Passmore Aviation. Les Davidson for Kemet Constructions, and fourth up behind them, Wayne Armstrong. Desperate at the moment, all about to go.
Yes, indeed. They're away. Good start too on the outside for Dave Carstairs in 71, but looks as though Glenn Carstairs might have got the better of it. Yes. They've both got the front line, nearly brought themselves undone. Watch out for John Ing in car 44 around the outside. It's still Dave and Glenn Carstairs heading them up at the moment. One lap put together and 9 to go. John Ing in car 44, and watch out now for car 60. I tell you what, he's got that thing flying, and that's Ned Sparks right round the outside. So John Ing in 44 takes over. Ned Sparks is really flying. He's got both front wheels, all four wheels off the ground. That thing's really a pocket rocket at the moment as John Ing heads them through. Sparks in second.
So out of pub corner, and it's Ing, then in behind him at the moment is Ned Sparks, and then the two Carstairs cars, but the Sparks will be flying between Sparks and Ing in a minute. They're both on the same line, tight down low on the inside curve out of turn number 4. Ing, and then Sparks, the next one of the two Carstairs cars, a bit further back behind them in 98 would be young Steve Thomas. Now the pressure on up the back straight, right round the outside. There goes Ned Sparks, and Ing with his cue back on the rack, but he fights back, and Ing took him again underneath. So Sparks had him as they came into turn number 4. He's got him done this time though. He's got Ing down on the no drive area, and Sparks took it high, wide and handsome. He didn't get away with it in turn 4, but he certainly did in turn 2. Sparks, then Ing, then the two Carstairs cars, but there's half a lap between first, second, and then back to third. And the first of the Carstairs, young Dave Carstairs, and that's a long way back from the race leaders. You can put your glasses away. Ned Sparks has got it all together, Jason.
In fact, he could be in the A-grade ranks of the limited sprint cars, which will be out in a moment, because he's really percolating rather nicely at the moment. John Ing for second. I tell you what, it's teams racing. Steve Thomas has got his cue back in the rack. He can't get past the two Carstairs cars. That's Glenn and David. Yes, indeed. Well, he's got past one of them, as there's the race leader through. Sparks through. Ing in second spot. They're through Pub Corner. They could lap the rest of this field before this race is out. 49 through Glenn Carstairs, then back to Steve Thomas, and then Dave Carstairs rounds out the field as our race leader comes through. Ned Sparks in car 60, he's up into Pub Corner. Back in second, still John Ing, and they're within sight of the race, the back markers now as they come down the main straight.
I'll tell you what, Joe, Steve Thomas is putting in a very good race too, fighting his way back. He doesn't, he just wants to pass somebody and he'll feel a lot happier. Ned Sparks is through, one to go. Ing through, Johnny Ing up behind him also with one to go. Then the first of the Carstairs cars, that one would be Dave Carstairs. He's through on his way. No, it's not. 49, it's Glenn. Dave is actually last, and in between the two of them, Steve Thomas. But there's the winner through, Ned Sparks. Ing for Gerards through into a very handy second spot. To follow them will be Glenn Carstairs, then Steve Thomas, then David Carstairs.